Hello, hello, and welcome. I'm Cheryl. This is Your Journey Yoga, and I just want to welcome you, hoping that you're having a wonderful day. And if you're not and you're kind of struggling, I am so glad you're here, and we will get together and hopefully get your day headed in a better direction. If you're feeling like $1,000,000 already, awesome, and I'm so glad that you decided to come and share that energy with me and with the rest of the universe. So today, just a wonderful flow to get from head to toe. I know as I check in with folks, kind of what's going on, what can I do for you? There's always your typical ones that always are kind of struggling: lower back, neck and shoulders, hips. If there's anything special as you're going through your practice today and you need to take a little bit of extra time in that position, that pose, because it just feels that good, please do so. And if you want to throw in some extra stuff too, that's awesome. So it's your journey, always, always, always. Taking care of yourself as very best you can, and do your best to keep a smile on your face and big deep breaths. All right, my friends, to the top of the mat we go, with a big shoulder roll up and back, and shoulders slide down and away. Let's do that again. Big shoulder roll up and back, shoulders slide down and away. Turn your palms to the front. Spread your fingers. Feel that energy all the way from the tips of your fingers through your body. Close your eyes for just a moment. Strong through the belly. We shift our weight forward to the toes. Now, if you need to open your eyes, that is perfectly fine. Eyes closed, a little more challenging. Shift your weight back to your heels. Maybe lift your toes. Now we're going to open those eyes. We're going to find a focal point. We're going to slowly shift our weight forward to lift our heels just a little bit. So nothing major, but I want you to feel the different muscles that come into play. Are you spreading those fingers wide? Shift your weight back to your heels. Lift your toes. Activating the muscles through the bottom of the feet, through the tops of the feet. Now shift your weight forward, lifting those heels a little bit higher. Challenging balance. Are those fingers still spread wide? Are those arms long? Is the spine tall? Shift your weight back to your heels. Lift your toes. Now see if you can spread your toes. Now the fact that your fingers are spread should help you spread those toes. Now let's shift the weight forward. Keep that space between the toes and rise as high as you can rise. Up onto the balls of the feet, the pads of the toes. Strong, solid balance. Now rotate palms to the outside. Lift the arms to the sky. Stay tall. Make yourself even taller as you lengthen through those fingertips. Stay high on the balls of the feet. Slowly lower your hands to heart center. Core is strong. Now slowly bend the knees. Breathe. Taking your time. Yep, challenging the balance. Keeping that chest lifted, knees apart so they're just hip width apart. Sink as low as you're comfortable coming, maybe a little bit beyond where you're comfortable, but where there's no pain. Now slowly shift your weight to your heels and lift those toes. We find our chair pose. Inhale, half lift, just half. Exhale and sink. Reach the arms to the sky if that feels okay to you. Breathe. Now inhale, reach to the sky, and as you exhale, release that right hand down, left arm high, lean in and reach. Standing lateral flexion. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, other side, lean in and reach. Inhale, both arms come up, interlace your fingers behind your head. And as you exhale, gently pull the chin towards the chest. Close the elbows around the ears. Nice big deep breath in and out. Inhale, lift the head. Open the elbows wide and gently release the weight of the head back into the hands. Opening the chest, drawing those shoulder blades towards one another. Inhale it up tall, and as you exhale, lean to the right. Oh, just a nice long stretch to the ribs and the waist. Inhale it up tall. Exhale and lean to the left. Inhale it up nice and tall. Release your hands to mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, bend the knees. Place your hands just above the knees, fingertips pointing inward. Take a big breath in, press the chest forward, arch your back, gaze to the sky. Exhale, hollow the tummy and chest, tuck your chin. Standing cat and cow, inhale, press it through, arch your back. Just working out kinks. Exhale and hollow. Activating muscles, lengthening, finding that breath, and just moving along with it. Let's do one more each direction. Big inhale, and big exhale. Inhale back to neutral, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. And just relax the weight of the upper body down. So our forward fold can be a fairly intense pose, particularly if we're really tight. So here, where are we tight? Check in. You can use the support of the hands. If you have a block, use that block. If you need to hold on to a chair, you can have a chair in front of you. We bring the hands to the elbows and hold on. Oh, that's going to deepen that stretch through those hamstrings and the glutes for the lower back. Find your breath and just gently sway side to side. Just nice and easy. Free flow. Doesn't matter how fast or how slow. Take your time and come back to center. Relax the arms. Inhale, lift halfway, monkey. Exhale down, walk, step or hop to high plank, and let's just hold our plank on our toes or our knees. We lift out of the shoulders, we lengthen through the crown of the head, and breathe. Maybe lift a little bit more out of those shoulders. Can you feel the strength in the belly? As you exhale, lift your hips to down dog. We bend the right knee, left heel presses towards the floor. Switch sides, left knee bends, right heel down. Switch again, right knee bends, left heel presses towards the mat. Last time, left knee bends, right heel down. And we inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders towards your thighs, reach your sit bones high. And as you exhale, let your heels gently sink. We inhale it to high plank or high push-up position. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. Right knee bends and just hold here. Left heel pressing towards the mat. Let your hips shift as much as you like, but just feel that long stretch down the back of that left leg. And let's switch sides, left knee bends, right heel pressing towards the floor. So just feel that long stretch down the back of the leg. As you exhale, let both heels sink. We shift our weight to our left foot, right toes to the sky. And as you exhale, slowly begin to shift your weight forward, drawing that right knee in towards the chest slow. It's like we're going slow motion. And then place that right foot as close to between the hands as you can. Back knee to the mat, if you like. Otherwise, knee stays off. And we lift those arms to a crescent lunge. Breathe. Sinking into the legs. Feeling that nice stretch to the front of that left leg. Circle the arms forward. Around behind, all the way up tall. Pull the hands to heart center as you turn to the right, placing that left elbow to the right knee. Pressing against the knee and working to bring your hands towards heart center. Now if that back knee is down, we're still doing the same thing. Allowing that weight to be heavy, coming forward, feeling that long stretch through the front of that left leg. We come back to face front. Extend the arms overhead. Big circle of the arms to the back. Release your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend right leg to the sky. And gently release it down. Holding your down dog or inhale it to high plank. Crocodile down, toes or knees. Press it through up dog. Adding an optional push-up if you like. To down dog. And we shift our weight to our right foot, left toes to the sky. Remember that slow motion. As you exhale, drawing that knee forward, shifting your weight forward to that plank-like position, placing that left foot between the hands best you can. We rise, back knee can be on the mat or off. Shoulders soft, away from the ears. Breathe, sinking into those legs. Circle the arms forward, around behind, all the way up tall. As you exhale, pull the hands to heart center, turn to the left, right elbow to the left knee. Press against your knee and work to bring your hands towards heart center. Left elbow pointing towards the sky. Breathe, slow and steady. Just allow your body to feel this pose and all that goes into it. Turn back to face front. Extend the arms overhead. Big circle of the arms to the back. Release your hands on either side of your foot. Lift your hips, sweep it back. Extend left leg to the sky. And gently release it down to down dog. We inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders towards your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And as you exhale, let your heels gently sink. Now just sway your hips side to side. Nice big deep breaths and just feeling that great stretch through the side body. Coming back to center. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. Pulling the hands to heart center. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, reach to the sky, and as you exhale, arch it back. Arms right by your ears. Squeeze your buns. Hips forward, reaching back. Beautiful back bend. Inhale it up tall. Release your hands to heart center. Bring the big toes to touch. Little space between your heels. Inhale, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, sit to chair. Now, with our knees gently touching and our big toes gently touching, can you feel the difference than when we came into our chair with those knees apart? Weight is in those heels. Toes are lifted. Breathe. Pull the hands to heart center. Keep those knees side by side. Turn to the right. Left elbow to the right knee. Press against your knee and work to bring your hands towards heart center. Now that body is really smart and it's going to figure out how to make this easier because this is a challenging pose. If that left knee has slid forward, bring it back right next to the right knee. Opening the arms if you like. Back of that left arm pressing against the outside of the knee. Breathe. How high can you reach? Weight is still in those heels. Our toes are lifted. Pull those hands back to heart center. Let's turn back to face front. And shift our weight forward. Lift those heels. High as you can get them. Breathe. Now stay high on the balls of the feet. And we rise. Back to that balance that we did at the beginning. Only a little more challenging as we rise. Extend those arms. Now slowly lower the arms down by your sides. Stay high on the balls of the feet. Use that focal point. Now slowly release your weight back down. Weight back into the heels. Inhale, reach to the sky. Pull the hands to heart center and sit to chair. Breathe. Arms extended overhead if that feels okay to you. Find your breath. So as we fire up those big muscles in the legs, all that furnace kicks in and we get warmer and warmer. Pull the hands to heart center. Turn to the left. Right elbow to the left knee. Glue those knees side by side. Working to bring those hands to heart center. Getting that spinal rotation. What do you feel? Where do you feel it? If you like, open the arms. Back of that right arm pressing against the outside of the knee. Are those knees still side by side? Make it so. Is your weight still in your heels? Make it so. Spread your fingers and see if you can reach any higher. And let's bring those hands back to heart center. Turn back to face front. And rise, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, hinge it forward to airplane. Arms sweep back to flight. Crown of the head reaching out towards the front. Shoulders roll back. Arms just a little bit higher than your hips. Now notice where your weight is distributed in your feet. We're going to center that weight. Find your breath. Nice stretch for the hamstrings and the glutes. Wonderful for strengthening core and lower back. Rotate palms to the sky, big circle of those arms overhead. Interlace your fingers at the top, all but the index finger and thumb. Bring your heels to touch, feet side by side. Inhale, reach to the sky, and as you exhale, lean to the right. Press your hips to the left. Roll that left shoulder back. Breathe. Use that right hand to pull that left arm. Inhale, both arms come up. Exhale, lean to the left. Squeeze those inner thighs. Roll that right shoulder back. Now use that left hand to pull that right arm. And inhale it back up. Pull the hands to heart center. Step your feet to hip width apart. We're in mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Walk, step, or hop to high plank. Toes or knees, crocodile down. Release your hips to the mat. Lift your chest. Cobra. Breathe. If you like, press through the mat. Extend those arms. Take your gaze to the sky. Roll those shoulders back. King Cobra. Slowly releasing yourself back down. Tucking the toes. Now we can keep the knees on the mat or not. We're gonna rise. So coming from that zero, right, where we are just laying on the ground, hello, gravity's pulling us. And to plank. Lift your hips to down dog. And so typically we stay in that low crocodile, right, when we rise. So starting from that 0 point on the mat, that can make a big difference. Gently sway those hips side by side. And come back to center. Taking the gaze between your hands, walk, step, or hop to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Inhale, reverse swan dive up. And pull the hands to heart center. Inhale, rise, reach to the sky. Here we go down, swan dive to forward fold. Inhale up to monkey half lift. Exhale down. Walk, step, or hop to high plank. Crocodile down. Press it through up dog. And exhale to down dog. Find your breath. Slow it down. Shift your weight to your left foot. Right toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that right foot through. Back heel to the floor. Stand tall. To warrior one, squaring your hips. Planting that back heel into the mat. Back foot's at about a 45-degree angle. Shoulders soft and away from the ears. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. And then exhale, sink. Circle the arms around behind your back. Interlace your fingers, all but the index finger and thumb. Roll the shoulders and extend those arms. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, you're gonna lift your arms as high as you can without leaning forward. Without opening those hips, keeping those hips square. Strong through the belly, strong through that upper back, open through the chest. Slowly bring the hands back down. Take a big breath in. And as you exhale, arch it back. A little or a lot. That left hip is gonna wanna pull back. Do your best to resist that. And inhale it back up. Find a focal point out in front of you and begin to shift your weight forward. We're gonna shift our weight up onto that right leg, squaring the hips. Now you can keep those fingers interlaced behind you, or you can release your arms out to a T. We square the hips and flex that left foot, staying right here, or hinging deeper into warrior three. So with those arms behind us, just a little different challenge. If you like, lift those arms. If that causes tension at the base of the head, throughout the neck, bring the arms back down. Open them out to a T if you like. Slowly bring the hands to the small of the back, bending your supporting leg. Giant step back. Release the hands, circle the arms overhead. Exhale and open to warrior two. Hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Gaze out over your front middle finger. Shoulders are soft. Find your breath. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. And then exhale, sink. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Back arm onto the back leg, front palm to the sky, sweep it up and back. Reverse triangle. Lengthening and reaching through those right fingertips. Let's turn our gaze towards our back heel with a little tuck of the chin towards that left collarbone. And inhale it back up. Windmilling that left arm up and over. Placing that left hand along the inside of your right foot. If you need to shift, shift. And rotate. Extending right arm to the sky. Reach it up. Find your breath. Working to stack the shoulders, to stack the arms. Now that left hand can be along the inside of your foot, to the top of your foot, or to the pinky toe side of your foot. Wherever you feel challenged, but successful, and where your body is saying thank you. As you exhale, slowly release, right hand down. One hand on either side of your foot. Front knee bends. We're going to draw that back foot halfway in. Straightening the legs, that back foot still at a 45-degree angle. And we're going to draw that left hip forward, right hip back. We lift just slightly, enough to lengthen the spine. So as we square those hips, all of a sudden you feel this amazing stretch down the back of that right leg. Now keep that length in the spine and slowly begin to hinge forward, working to place the center of your tummy and chest onto that right leg, taking your gaze towards your back big toe. So that holy hello hamstring stretch in pyramid pose. Finding your breath, making sure you're not locking out that right knee, and really working to keep those hips square. Now we can keep those hands resting on either side. This will help keep those hips square and also keep our balance. If you feel ready and would like to, bring your hands around behind, either holding onto your forearms, your elbows. You can come to reverse prayer. You can interlace your fingers. So lots of options for the arms, but be mindful of those hips. They're sneaky. If you like, if the fingers are interlaced, roll those shoulders up and back and lift your arms. That's going to influence this stretch. Breathe. And slowly bring the hands back down. We lengthen through the crown of the head. Core is strong. And we hinge all the way back up. As you exhale, arch it back. Reach those knuckles towards the back. If you've got your hands in reverse prayer or you're holding onto those forearms, you can keep them there. Inhale it back up nice and tall. Release your hands. Step it forward to mount. Inhale, reach to the sky. And as you exhale, release that left arm down. Right forearm crosses the crown of the head and gently pull your head to the right. And just relax the weight of your head. The weight of your hand. Now use those left fingertips to reach towards the floor. Nice, big deep breaths. Inhale, extend right arm. Switch sides, left arm comes up, right arm comes down. Cross the crown of the head and gently pull to the left. Relax the weight of that left hand. Now reach with those right fingertips, as far as you can reach down your leg. Just letting go of tension in that neck. Inhale, extend left arm and lift the right. Exhale, swan dive to forward fold. Inhaling up to monkey half lift. Exhale down, walk, step, or hop to high plank. Little different strength challenge here. You can hold your plank. You can come to child's pose if you're not feeling the strength challenge. You can grab a drink of water. Or if you like, let's do 2 top half push-ups. So we're just gonna go half to top, half to top. Now we're gonna take it slow down. Take your time. Elbows bending straight back. biceps brushing against the rib cage. Slow and steady to your lowest crocodile. 2 bottom half push-ups. So mid to low, mid to low. Now super slow. Back up. Take your time. Back to plank. Lift your hips to down dog, and we meet back in down dog when you're ready. And just alternate bending knees. Walk it out. That feels good. So just kind of checking in with whatever tension or tightness you had coming into today's practice. Is it still hanging in there, or have we been able to let some of that go? I hope we've been able to let most of it go. Let's inhale up to the balls of the feet. Exhale, press the chest and shoulders toward your thighs. Reach your sit bones high. And as you exhale, let your heels sink. We shift our weight to our right foot. Left toes to the sky. Exhaling and sweeping that left foot through. Back heel to the floor, stand tall to warrior one. Finding your warrior one. Back heel pressing into the mat. Shoulders soft and away from the ears. Breathe. Find that breath. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. Keep those hips square. And as you exhale, sink. Let's circle the arms around behind the back. Interlace your fingers, all but the index finger and thumb. Give those shoulders a nice big roll up and back. Find your breath. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, lift your arms as high as you can get them without leaning forward. Activating that upper back, stretching through the chest, mobility through the shoulders, strong through that core. And slowly release the hands down. Take a big breath in, and as you exhale, arch it back. Gaze to the sky. That right hip wants to pull back. Don't let it. And inhale it back up nice and tall. Find a focal point out in front of you. Shift your weight forward up onto the ball of the back foot. And as you're ready, up onto that left leg. Square your hips. Add a flex to that right foot. Now those hands can remain behind you, or you can extend those arms out to a T, and we begin to hinge it forward. As deeply as you like into warrior three. So again, we want to be mindful so that we don't lock out the knee on that supporting leg. If you have the fingers interlaced behind you and you wish to do so, lift the arms. Challenging. So many aspects. Slowly bring the hands to the small of the back. Bending your supporting leg. Giant step back. Challenging. Release your hands, circle the arms overhead. And as you exhale, open to warrior two. Hips, chest, and shoulders open to the side. Gaze out over your front middle finger. Shoulders soft. That left knee is rolled open. Inhale, straighten that front leg a little bit. Exhale and sink. Now inhale and straighten that front leg. Back arm onto the back leg, front palm to the sky, sweep it up and back. Reverse triangle. Right hand sliding down that back leg. Let's turn our gaze towards our back heel with a little tuck of the chin towards that right collarbone. Now some days we find ourselves a little more shaky, balance not so great. Whatever it is, guys, it's our journey today. Sense of humor, appreciation and gratitude. Inhale it back up. Windmill that right arm up and over. Placing that right hand along the inside of your foot. If you need to adjust your stance, adjust your stance. Rotate and extend left arm to the sky. Reach it up. High as you can reach. Checking in with that breath. Legs are as straight as we can get them. And we can keep that right hand along the inside of your foot, or shift to the top of the foot, or perhaps the pinky toe side. Find your breath. Slow it down. As you exhale, slowly release that left hand down. One hand on either side of your foot, bending that front knee. We're going to draw that back foot halfway in. And we're going to work to square those hips. That back foot still turned to that 45-degree angle. Now I just want you to get the notice of the feel of the hips. And we're going to lift through the crown of the head. We're going to lengthen through the crown of the head. We keep those hips side by side. Now slowly, slowly begin to release the tummy and chest right along that left leg. Now that right hip is going to want to pull back because that would make life easier. This intense hamstring stretch for that left side, I want you to embrace it as best you can. Now we're doing the best, right, again, so we're not locking out that left leg. So if you need to, just a little mini micro bend in that left knee. Taking your gaze towards your back big toe. Now we can keep those hands resting where they are. Or if you like, bring your hands around behind your back. You can interlace your fingers. You can take a hold of the forearms. You can come to reverse prayer. Find what works for you. Now keep those hips square. Keep that gaze toward your back big toe. Embrace that stretch through the hamstring. Pyramid pose is an intense one, guys. If you have those fingers interlaced, roll those shoulders up and back, and you're welcome to lift the arms. You do not have to. Find your breath. Slow it down. Feel how your body responds. If it is not in a positive way, guys, modify, change. Come out of it. Slowly release your hands to the small of the back. We lengthen through the crown of the head and we slowly begin to rise. Now as we come up, you can interlace those fingers behind you, or if you have that reverse prayer or hands holding onto the forearms, you're fine. Arch it back. Whatever feels good to you. And inhale it up nice and tall. Release your hands. Step it forward to mountain. Inhale, reach to the sky. Pull the hands to heart center. And let's sink. Now, if you are taking special care of your knees today, guys, you're going to find a safe way to come down onto your bottom. If the knees are happy and healthy, we're going to come low as feels right to you. Doing our best to stay on our heels. If you need to come onto your toes, that is perfectly fine. Extending the arms out in front. Turn the palms to the sky. I just want you to feel what that does to the muscles in the back. Now rotate your palms and turn them to the outside. Breathe. Now sweep those arms out to the side. Feel how your body shifts. Release your hands and lower yourself down onto your body. Let's extend the legs out long. Flex your feet. Reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen and hinge it forward. Release your hands and relax the weight of your head. Nice big deep breaths. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. Release your hands to staff pose. We're going to pull that right knee in. We're going to reach down and we're going to take a hold with that left hand along the calf, the ankle, or the outside edge of your foot. Right hand is going to come behind us to help keep that spine nice and long. Let's extend that right leg. Breathe. Now sitting up tall, add a flex of that left foot. Now we want to be mindful of where that right leg is. We want it to be right in line with that hip. We have this tendency to kind of let the arm take over and let the leg be lazy. We want to keep that leg right in line. Now if it feels right to you, extend that right arm straight out. Now if you need the support, keep it. And let's turn our gaze out towards that right thumb. Opening through the front of the shoulder, through the chest. Core is strong. If you like, begin to lean it back. Engaging those core muscles. Breathe. If you like, lift that left leg. Breathe. Beautiful. So there's a ton of stuff going on here, guys. Slowly release that left leg. Sit up nice and tall. Release that right hand. Bend the right knee. Release that rotation. Extend your right leg out. Reach to the sky. Exhale, lengthen. Hinge it forward. Release your hands. Relax the weight of your head. Nice big deep breaths. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. and release your hands. Now we draw that left foot in. Knee is bent. We reach across, taking a hold with that right hand, either at the ankle, the calf, outside edge of your foot, whatever feels right. Left hand comes behind us to help keep us sitting up nice and tall. And we're going to work to extend that left leg. Again, being mindful that that arm doesn't just cross the leg. We want to keep it in line with the hip. Sit tall. Add a flex of that right foot. So we are engaged. Core, back, legs are long. We get in that beautiful stretch with the hamstring. Now, if it feels right to you, extend that left arm to shoulder height. Breathe. We turn our gaze out towards that left thumb. Now, if for whatever reason you need to keep that arm down, that's perfectly fine. Maybe you don't turn your head. That's perfectly fine. Now, slowly begin to lean back, only if that feels good to you. So as we add this rotation and engage those abdominals, just be really mindful, guys. We don't want to hurt the back. We don't want to make it upset. If it feels right to you, lifting that right leg. Now, you can just shift some weight out of that right leg rather than lifting it, and it can intensify things. I want you to feel all the different muscles working to support us where we are. It's a very, very, very active pose. Now slowly come forward, release that right leg, releasing that left hand. Take your gaze back to front, bend that left knee, release your hand. Let's bring both soles of the feet together. Coming to butterfly. Hands to the ankles, we sit up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders back and begin to hinge it forward. Slow and steady. Lengthening and reaching through the crown of the head, gently pressing those knees towards the mat. Feel that length and that stretch in the lower back, through the groin, in those hips, in the glutes. So just notice kind of where you're tight. Now let's shift those hands towards the top of the feet and just let yourself round over. Now if you want to have those toes kind of pull out and away more, perfect. Just breathe. Lengthen through the crown of the head, slowly rise. And sit up nice and tall. Now let's just crisscross those legs. Sit up tall, reach to the sky. As you exhale, release that left hand to the mat. Right arm up and over. Circle that right arm around behind your back. Forearm along the small of the back, and just circle the back of your waist as best you can. Turning your gaze towards the mat and a little tuck of your chin towards that left collarbone. Nice little stretch to that right side of the neck. We circle that right arm up and over, and then as you exhale, release the tummy and chest to that left thigh. Reaching out through those right fingertips, relax the weight of your head. Inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands through the center. Fingertips reach out as far as you can reach, and just relax the weight of the upper body down. Little tuck of the chin towards the chest. Inhale, reach it out. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, release that right hand to the floor, left arm up and over, keeping that left hip pressing towards the floor. Gaze towards the sky, circling that left arm around behind you. Forearm right along the waist, the back of the body. Now slowly turn your gaze towards the mat with a little tuck of your chin towards that right shoulder. Rolling that left shoulder back and really reaching with that left arm. You should feel a really nice stretch to the left side of the neck, to the left side of the body. Circling that left arm up and over. And as you exhale, release the tummy and chest to your thigh. Reach it out. Relax the weight of your head. And inhale, lift just slightly, walk your hands back through the center. Extend the arms out as far as you can reach. Press your tailbone towards the mat. Tuck your chin towards the chest. Inhale, circle your hands back by your hips. Big circle of the arms overhead as you hinge up tall. Pulling the hands through heart center, close your eyes. Gently release your hands to the tops of the knees. Palms facing the sky, draping your wrists over the knees. Bring your index finger to gently touch your thumb. Sitting up nice and tall, eyes closed, breath slow and steady. We take a moment to thank the mind and the body for allowing us to take this journey today. Taking this journey with an open mind, an open heart, with the willingness to learn, to grow, to forgive, to laugh. We learn about ourselves, we challenge ourselves, we forgive ourselves for imperfections, knowing that you are perfect just as you are, right here today. There's a gentle strength in each breath. Each beat of the heart, each breath we take, full of positive energy as we've taken time for ourselves. To let go of the rest of the world, to reconnect our mind, body, and breath. A gift that we can give to ourselves as often as you can. Feel the energy move through you. Kind and positive energy, full of love and awareness. Let's hold on to that today. Keeping the eyes closed, gently pull the hands to heart center. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, circle the arms down and back to heart center. Gently open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Be well, be kind, stay safe. And until the next time, namaste.